The year was 1997. I was 7 years old. My mom and I decided it was a great idea to go to Chuck E. Cheese. I love Chuck E. Cheese, so that was a no brainer. Of course, I wanted to go. So once we're there, we ordered pizza like we always did. I always got my favorite pepperoni pizza. Then I got my tokens. So when I got my tokens, I went to go play my favorite game, skee ball. I loved skee ball. So I played skee ball for about 5 minutes. Then suddenly I feel a tap on my shoulder. An unusual tap. So I look behind me really fast, and there's no one in sight. I go back to playing my game and getting my ticket so I can get out of there. Then I feel another tap, a little harder this time. So I look back, and again, no one there. I grabbed my tickets and I went back to my table. Once I'm there, I leave my tickets there and I go back to play another game. The place was empty. I loved when it was empty because I had all access to all the games I wanted. So once I'm playing there, I decided to go to the bathroom. Once I'm in the bathroom, I go wash my hands and stuff. The whole place goes dark. Yes, the whole bathroom is dark, and then suddenly I look up at the mirror and I see the scariest Chucky I've ever seen in my life. It was the scariest thing. Imagine you being 7 years old and seeing that in complete darkness. I ran out of that bathroom. I told my mom about everything. She didn't believe me. Think she'd believe me? She didn't believe me. Anyway, I was shook up, but I decided to play a little more. Maybe it was all in my head. So once I'm there playing again, the image pops into my head and I get scared all over again, start looking everywhere. And then guess what time it is? It's showtime. The time where Chucky comes out and dances with some kids. It was just me and a couple other kids, about 5 other kids. So he came out and danced with us a little bit, and the image is still in my head of that scary old Chucky I saw. It didn't feel the same. Chucky was looking at me differently. He kept glaring at me like if I knew something nobody else knew. Was the scariest look ever. His eyes were all white and like blood coming out of it when I looked at him. It was the scariest thing ever. All the other kids were playing. It was just me staring at him and him staring right back at me. It was so extremely scary. I was so done with Chuck E. Cheese. So once I go home, my mom, I'm just scared, very quiet. So I go in and take my bath and I get in my pajamas and try to go to sleep. It was a toss and turn all night just thinking about that scary old Chucky I saw in the bathroom and that stare that he gave me when he came out in costume. It was the scariest thing ever. That night, I had the worst dream. I had a dream that Chucky kidnapped me and tried to keep me away from my mom and dad. It was the scariest thing ever. Can you imagine your favorite mascot stealing you away from your parents? I loved going to Chuck E. Cheese. Guess what happened? I never went back to Chuck E. Cheese again.